Ducktales, boom, 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 boom. In danger, out to find you. Oh shit, I hit play. Hello, I'm Ivan Navi, and this is Ivan Reacts, where I react to stuff. Today we're gonna react to uh, mm, Today we're going to react to the pilot episode of the reboot series Ducktales. As you can see, it's playing right behind me. It's not that I haven't watched it, and frankly, I've watched it probably too many times. Disney XD, starting with the first airing, has shown the episode, hour-long episode, non-stop. My commercial breaks, and it's still going. Right now, it's a little past 3 in my neck of the woods, so it's got about another 6 hours to go, which is probably another 6 showings. I'm going to post this right after I'm done, so if you haven't seen it, frankly, you might want to pause and watch it. You'll have a couple more showings, and you can come back and watch it, since I will likely spoil some stuff. Here is a quick recap of the events in the pilot. Our favorite duck, Donald, not Daffy, is taking care of his 3 nephews, but he's late for a job interview and the babysitter has been given wrong directions. As he's left with no choice but to take them to his uncle Scrooge. Scrooge has been somewhat of a recluse lately and is in odds with Donald. The kids are excited to meet their Uncle Scrooge, the famous explorer, but they think he's a has-been, which gets him a bit upset. The kids are locked in a room, told to play there and only there, but when they get out, they meet up with Webby, who tells them that Scrooge is a big deal, so is Donald. They don't believe her, so she takes them to this ancient, mysterious-looking museum filled with artifacts, monsters, and stuff. Unfortunately, the kids said just about everything off, and this leaves them to deal with it with their Uncle Scrooge, who now finds himself revitalized for adventure thanks to the little rapscallions. So they head off towards Atlantis, deciding that because of a storm, this is their chance to get there and get the Crystal of Atlantis, the treasure of Atlantis. Little knowing that the job interview was with Scrooge's, enemy. So now Donald is working for the enemy. Scrooge, they're both all headed towards Atlantis, and Scrooge makes it ahead of them. But gold-loving Duck, the other Scottish billionaire duck, finds out that Scrooge is on his way, so he decides, no, I'm gonna steal the treasure from him. I swear I can do better Scottish accent. Donald is trying to thwart them to keep his family safe, but Dewey's not helping him at all. Dewey is ignoring all the advice from Scrooge and just diving through all the death traps. Eventually, they do reach the treasure room, but Goldum, I keep forgetting his name, honestly. Anyway, Goldum is not a fool, as you might expect. He actually is well aware Donald is Scrooge's nephew. He hired him not only because he needed a sailor, but because now he has a healthy hostage. So, yeah, he traps him in there taking the treasure. But this death trap actually works in their favor a little bit. Since this whole Atlantis thing is flipped upside down, they realize this is the real treasure of Atlantis, not the one they took. So they grab it, disable the trap, and escape as a family, beating up the bad guys. They make it back to Duxburg to hold out the treasure, and it turns out their enemy got a cursed gem and is quickly taken by an octopus. The families reunited, some broken bridges have been mended, and thanks to an exploding houseboat, the triplets and Donald are moving into McDuck Manor. Happy ending. As they move in, it actually looks happy. They're all happy. Scrooge is revitalized. He's got family and everything. But Dewey goes up to a painting and notices something off. It's an adventure about Scrooge and Donald, but as he fixes an angle, he finds out, Mom? Dun dun dun! Yeah, I have no idea who their mom is. I don't think it's actually ever been mentioned, which is interesting. Okay, here, let's go over a few things. One thing I liked, the theme song is still the same, just done by new artists. It's still to the same rhythm. It's quite catchy, actually. Um, and honestly, I like the visuals. It's got a comic feel to it. Even the opening has got comic panels and everything. I like it. Honestly, there's a lot of references and hints that this is more based off the original comic, the Scrooge comic. Though it's still taking hints and inspiration from the 1980s, 1990s cartoon. So we will see a lot of that if that's what you came here to see. I like that. I also noticed a number of references to other Disney afternoon cartoons. Uh, um, they mentioned the city from Darkwing Duck. They mentioned the city from Tailspin. There was a lot of little things. Obviously, the people behind the series are not only fans of the original series, but they know what they're doing. It makes it seem like they know the show, they know the characters, they know the comics. So that has filled me with a lot of positivism. I'm very hopeful. When you hear about reboots, you always think, oh, they're gonna mess it up. They're gonna mess it up. It's because they usually mess it up. But I'm kind of confident in this one. They do know what they're doing. It makes it feel like fans are behind this, so they're gonna treat the property with respect. I honestly, it takes a little getting used to David Tennant playing Scrooge, but honestly, near the end, I'm starting to get used to his voice coming out of there, and I like it. I liked Webby. In the original TV series, she was just the girl. It's like she's cute, she's precious. But in this series, they toughen her up. She's a little bit of a tomboy now, but she's very knowledgeable. She knows about all of Scrooge's past adventures, about the monsters, the treasures, cryptozoology, all this stuff. So not only is she very useful, but she's gonna be a big help for Team McDuck. She's doing stuff. She's taking leads. She's making plans. She's helping them keep together. I like that. Another thing I really did like about this is that the you okay, there's a little Disney fact for you. Huey, Dewey, and Louie, they were never really assigned names. That most of the times their names get mixed up. This time, Dewey's the one in blue, Louie's the one in green, and the one Huey is the one in red. So their personalities are more distinct this time around. So that's nice. It makes them feel more like individual characters. The thing I have about this is that the triplets come off as a bit of annoying little brats. Hold up. They don't listen to anything Scrooge says. They walk into danger when it's clear that Scrooge is trying to stop them from setting off traps that could get them hurt. They're trying to steal the houseboat. Now, I know that conniption, like to have some spunk in your characters, is a good thing, but here it's coming off as a bit of annoying. I'm hoping they level it off as more episodes show up. Donald was a delight. He's obviously gonna have that temper, but he clearly loves his family and is trying to protect them and do well by them. The only thing I have against Donald is that the actor who's doing it is laying down that accent voice. I can't do it. Very thick, so it's a little hard to make out what he's actually trying to say. But I'm starting to get used to it. I can make out what he's saying. Alright, the plot of the episode was pretty good. You get into an adventure, you revitalize Scrooge, so now he's willing to take on more adventures. He's more lively than ever. And the Atlantis episode was pretty solid. You see the family coming together. The only issue I have about this pilot is that it feels a little weighted, a little slow. And I'm willing to give it some leeway on that because, well, you're trying to, set up this world, these characters, everything. It tends to happen in pilots. So I give it a little pass on that. Overall, the series was very exciting. The visuals were very fun, and I liked them. The story was good, and if a bit simple for this one. it was fun. We see dragons, Atlantis, a bunch of ghosts. It definitely promises that there's going to be a lot to deal with in this series, so I'm very hopeful. Overall, if you haven't watched it, seriously, go watch it. It was a treat. If you like the old series, I think you're going to like this one. And there are hints, if not outright statements from Comic Con, that a certain dark winged adventurer will be showing up later in the season. Honestly, I don't know what else to say except that it does look good. That whole ending where it talks about mom, it does give us more history into Scrooge and Donald. Like, was there a falling out? Was it because of their mom? Where is she? It's got me hooked. It's a good plot device, honestly. We don't know much about their parents. I've always wondered what happened to their parents in the original series, but here we might get to find out. So that's fun. And I think that's it. Again, Disney XD is going to play for 24 hours today, so if you got time, you might want to sit down and watch it. Also, I think they're going to have it on their website, so you might want to check that out. Okay, so yeah, I guess that's it. I've been Ivan Navi. You can follow me on Storyteller Navi. All my links are going to be down below, and if you like this, hit the like button, subscribe, comment below. I appreciate all of them, and I try to reply to any thingies, like questions. Like if you're saying, "Hey, good job," I might just like it. I might not, say anything. All right. Until next time, thank you for watching, and Ducktales, woohoo!